Greetings. The word nagarathar and business has got a great correlation between them. They've got the bond of siblings right from the 8th century. You might be wondering why I said 8th century. Yes, because that was the time when 8,000 Nagarathar families were being pushed away from the sands of Naganad, which was their then residing place by King Pratapan. Why did King Pratapan have to do that? He was afraid of the Nagarathars who had taken up trade and were plunging into the field of business, and he was afraid that they might eventually take up his kingdom also. So as a theory of nipping the bud before it could bloom, King Pratapan chased them away. And then that was the time when Nagarathars entered into the kingdom ruled by Cholas, and here we were treated with great respect and dignity. And we were being referred to as Vaishyas, which means prominent merchants. Yes, we were being recognized as merchants, and we were the only community of that time who had the privilege to have a gopuram and a flag at the rooftop of every Nagarathar house. And this is something to be really proud of. But then, what happened? Now we don't get to see much Nagarathars into the field of business. Why? Yes, the reason again lies back in those centuries when Nagarathars started lending loans to the King Pandyan of that time. So King Pandyan had all reasons to be afraid of the Nagarathars taking up the kingdom. So he started giving rude gestures and took off their privileges. This made the Nagarathars a little scared, and they didn't want to mess up with the king. So they stopped trading horses, and they stopped every trade possible, and they started to become an employee. But 20% still clinged on to business. That 20% who clinged on to business that time are now the kings of business. But the remaining 80%, it was only merely a phase of being safe. But this phase of being safe is well exploited now. We are much comfortable with this phase. Why? Because we Nagarathars have failed to realize something. We Nagarathars have failed to realize that why Nagarathars are being called as the business people. Because of two reasons. One, honesty. We Nagarathars are transparent in whatever we do. Finance, accounts, strategies, business plans, anything and everything. And 50% of these business skills are already inherited from our ancestors. We've already got that in our genes. Okay, the men has proven from their part. Right from the 8th century, they took up trade, they plunged into business, and by 17th century, they were established salt merchants, and by 19th century, they put their foot in each and every business field possible. What about our women? Where are our women? I guess you've got my point now. My entire talk is going to be on women, Nagarathar women in the field of business. We have to ask ourselves something. Where are our women? Unfortunately, sadly, 80% of our women are in the kitchens. Only 20% of women are in the working force. Why? Because of two known reasons. Women has self-tagged themselves saying family is a way of life, and some think business is not their league, business is not their thing. For those women who think business is not their league, my ladies, let me tell you something. We ladies have this instinct called motherly instincts by nature. We attend our child, love our child, feed our child, teach our child, and do everything and everything for our child. Tell me one mother who does not do that. It's not that we are forcing ourselves to do that. It's already there in us by nature. Let's see this from another point of view. If every mother takes up another child and names it business, she's going to take that business child on its feet and make it reach heights. And no mother is going to bring up her child alone. Not all, but no one. A man is going to take her back. So when a woman takes up her business, a man is definitely going to support her, and the business is going to climb ladders and ladders. And among 20% of them in the working force, only 10% get promotions and privileges. The remaining 10%, they remain where they initially started. Why? Because women fail to raise their hand. I'm telling you, my ladies, this is an opportunistic world. This is a very materialistic world. You've got to stop taking opportunities. Yes, stop taking your opportunities. Instead, grab your opportunities. Grab your opportunities. I have seen men who relish the fruits of success, but women, they don't. They share their success. You've got to start tasting your own success, my ladies. Your own success, you've got to taste them. And for 80% of them who are in the homemaking force, let me tell you something. Stop tasting and checking that the food you've prepared has the correct proportions of salt and spices. Yes, stop. And start aiming for your own groceries. And one fine day when you can afford your own groceries, stop aiming for your groceries too. Yes, stop. Then automatically you'll aim for the Indian economy. Yes, my ladies, and that is when a revolution is created. Whose revolution is it? The answer lies in you. Now this reminds me of Martin Luther King's quote. He once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, at least crawl. Just don't be without doing anything. Unless you do something, you're still making some progression." And my talk was entirely not on how to make a business grow, on business plans and strategies. Because for even making up a business, you need to have a slight interest. So my talk was entirely on how to develop a desire to make business your destiny. And I hope I've done full justice to that. And since I'm a medical student, I would like to finish off my talk with Charles Darwin's quote. He's a father of genetics. He once said, "The fittest will survive. I know the fit are the women." And I hope one day everyone will come to know that the fittest will be the Nagarathar woman. And yes, this is me, Shobena Jeevan, BTB_30, signing off with hopes and dreams that one day our Nagarathar women will realize that it's high time that they make their ancestors proud, and it's high time that they prove themselves, and it's high time that they take up a child and name it. Let me leave off with a thought. Enough of talking about our past. Because our past by itself speaks 1,000 words. Our job is to make our future talk. And whatever you do, my friends, do it big, do it now, do it right, and do it with style. And prove that you're from this clan called Nagarathars. Thank you.